Hello everyone, June here. One of the questions that was asked when I did the Q&A request was, what did you pack? And I figured that was too long a topic to do as part of the Q&A, so today I'm gonna do what I packed for the 6-week Balkan trip. I brought all of my clothes, toiletries and non-valuables in this big bag. It is Gregory J53, which is, depending on the size that you get, can be anywhere from 51 to 53 liters. This is the extra small, so it is 51 liters. I think it was the right size for me. Most of the other travelers that I saw had much bigger packs, anywhere from 60 to 75 liters. Even small people like me, even short girls like me, had big packs. And honestly, with this pack and my day pack where I packed all my valuables, I don't think that I could have packed any more and be able to carry it comfortably. I had no trouble with this pack at all. It's actually, you know, I don't feel like I packed anything I didn't need, and I did use almost everything that I packed, and it was enough for the 6 weeks. So let's see what's inside. This pack has a lot of compartments, and on the very front has a bit of a stretchy one where I put my chucks. I carried these chucks, and I wore my hiking shoes on the plane because they were bigger and a lot more difficult to sort of accommodate in my pack. I also brought another pair of shoes. They were sandals. Now, in order to keep everything tidy and very accessible, I put almost everything in bags. So my bag is full of little bags. On the very top, I have a pair full of flops, which is essential. You're showering in hostel showers. I mean, I don't want to put my feet in hostel showers. So these are essential, and also they're good for just walking around the hostel if you don't want to wear your clothes, shoes, you want to wear socks. Flip-flops are an absolute must. Okay, let's get started with the clothes. So I put all of my clothes, except for the ones I was obviously wearing, in this green bag. This is an REI stuff sack, and it's good. I think this is the 10-liter size, but I could be wrong. It is 8 inches in diameter by 18 inches tall, so I think it is the 8-liter. And all of my clean non-underwear clothes are here, and let's see what that is. So in the bag I had 3 bottoms. One is a pair of jeans, another one is a pair of shorts, and the third is a pair of capri pants. In hindsight, I wish I had brought a color that wasn't white, but other than that, it was fine. This was enough for the 6 weeks. For tops, I had 5. 2 of them are technical, one of which is a long sleeve shirt, and the other ones are short sleeves, non-technical, just regular. I wore them all. Believe it or not, I did wear the long sleeve one while hiking, and it's good because it's long sleeve, but it's also very light, and it has little, it's kind of like a mesh fabric, so you still get cool, especially if you just roll your sleeves up. It's great. I highly recommend it. And as for the clothes, I had a dress, which I got a lot of compliments on, and it's also very nice to wear because it's very light. You can dress it up, dress it down. If it's hot, you can just wear it as is. It's sleeveless. If it's a little cool and you still want to wear a dress, you can put a cardigan on, and all is good. I highly recommend that you bring a dress. And under the dress, I wore this Nike base layer, mostly to keep my thighs from rubbing, which I don't like when they do. And if I had run, which I ran exactly 0 times, it would have just been a running pair of shorts. 1 pair of pajamas, 1 swimsuit set, which is 1 bottom and 1 top, 2 cardigans, 1 long sleeve, 1 3/4, and 1 scarf. The scarf is for style, for a little bit of warmth because it is a summer weight scarf, for covering your head in mosques. It's really versatile, and I highly recommend that you do take one. And on the plane, I wore 1 pair of elastic-ish waisted hiking pants that are capri length. They're very light, they're very comfortable, and for long flights you need something comfortable. And for the top, I wore a very loose, kind of lightweight, sort of like sleeve to here kind of top, and then I just wore these things around while I was there. Of the clothes, the only thing that didn't get a lot of wear was the jeans. I wore them in the first week quite a bit, but after that it got really quite warm, and jeans are kind of hot when it's warm, so those didn't get as much wear. I will still take them because if for whatever reason you need to quote-unquote dress up a little bit, jeans are good for that. And I mean, you're not trying to like go to a black tie event or a gala or anything, so jeans are fine for that. And as to not mix my dirties and my clean clothes, I had this smaller, I think this is a 5-liter bag perhaps, bag for my dirties. So as things got dirty, they went from one bag to another, so the size of the pack didn't actually change. This other bag contains my socks and underwear. I had 7 pairs of socks. 3 pairs were technical. I had 2 bras. Well, actually there was one in here and one that I was wearing, and then 2 sports bras, one for high impacts, which I didn't end up doing any, but I did wear the bra, and the other one for low impact things like hiking, and I wore that one quite a bit. And 5 pairs of underwear, 2 technical ones, Under Armour if you must know, and the other 3 regular ones. I wash those more often than I did my laundry. I did my laundry at least once a week, but I wash my underwear every time I showered, which serves a couple of purposes. One, I don't want to have stinky underwear in my pack, and that is gross, but you know, when you travel around, that's what happens. You have to put stuff in your pack. And 2, it serves as a washcloth, and I don't know how you were raised, but when I was a kid, a lot of times that's what we did. We just, you know, wash the underwear first with the soap, and then use the same underwear as a washcloth, and then wash it again. This bag came in, I want to say a pop sugar box maybe, and very handy. For outerwear, I had one packable jacket. This is a feather downed jacket. It's very light, very packable. I mean, it weighs next to nothing. I actually needed this the first week, especially when I was in Belgrade. After that, it just lived in the top lid of my pack in this portion here, because I mean, you just don't need it. And very important, a raincoat. This is a little pack, well, it's not little, but it is very packable. I mean, it does fold out very small, and it's I think it's a Columbia brand one. Let me see. Yeah, it is Columbia brand. And I like it because it is longer than a jacket, so it goes down to your mid-thighs. If you're taller, it'll probably be a little bit shorter, but it's still longer than a jacket. And while it is obviously a raincoat, it is not a rain hiking jacket, meaning it looks nicer when you're just walking around in your clothes trying to not be wet. So I really liked it. I used it a lot, and it also can be used even if it's not raining. So if it's a little cool or it's very windy and you don't want to put on a big jacket because it's not that cold, then something like this over your clothes is perfect. And I don't know why I hadn't thought about taking a raincoat in other trips, but honestly it's a must. You absolutely need one, especially if you're traveling in the end of spring or the beginning of summer. I brought a washcloth and I never used it. That's it for clothes. So now we're moving on to the toiletries and other things. I am a girl and I'm a little bit vain. I did not bring a hair dryer. I let my hair air dry most of the time, but I did bring a curling iron. I did use it, not as often as I would have liked, mostly because I was like, whatever, I can't be bothered. But I did use it, and it is good because it is a one with a barrel and a clip. So if you let your hair air dry and it's a little bit wild, you can use it to straighten your hair before you curl it, or not curl at all, just straighten, which you can't do on a clipless one where you just roll your hair around it. So I mean, take it or not, whatever. I decided to take it and I don't regret it. And along the same lines, I brought my dirty now wet hairbrush and a comb. I don't know what else to say. You need to brush your hair. Initially, I thought that I would try to bring this bag as a carry-on, as my carry-on item, and then my my valuables backpack, which is a day pack, as my other item because you can bring 2 things as a carry-on. But anyhow, I ended up not doing it, but I still had everything in this little bag. So this little I think it's the 1 quart plastic bag, has my conditioner, some Febreze, you need some Febreze, the heat taming spray, dry shampoo, shaving cream, you need it, I mean whatever, I shave my legs so I don't know, and shampoo. I use 2 different types of shampoo. I use a blue shampoo that is for my whites to stay white. I have a lot of gray hair, so actually mine are silver, they're not gray, so I use them to stay, I use the blue shampoo to stay silver, and then my medicated shampoo. Another reason that I chose to bring 2 is because I had forgotten that I needed to refill my prescription for my medicated shampoo, and I didn't have enough for just that 1 shampoo to last me through 6 weeks, so I had to combine. So I had all of that in this little baggie. Then I have this little cosmetics bag, and I'm not gonna go through everything that's in here, but it's things like I brought like nail stuff, not polished, but I did bring things to get rid of my cuticles. Even if your nails are not painted, it's still, they look better when they're not a hot mess. So I have that. I have a nail file, very absolutely needed face mask for when you're sleeping, and I have earplugs in here too. Those little orange things are earplugs. I don't know about you, but I need them. Just okay, so I guess I will go through everything that's in here, right? So I have baby wipes, I have blush, I have Body Glide, which is for anti-chafing if you run, if you hike, so that you don't get painfully shaved, as in bing, not shaving. Face powder, 1 little tiny mascara, 1 little tiny lip gloss, and tweezers for my eyebrows. So that's what's in there. I had a little medicine pack, and I'm not gonna go through everything that's in here, but obviously baby wipes, things like cold medicine, Tylenol, Motrin, my migraine medicine, which I do not go anywhere without, some cough medicine, Imodium, things like that. I only used, well, I used Tylenol once. I used the throat lozenges, the Cipacol ones, and I had to use Imodium once. The last bag with toiletries is this little one, and this one had my lady products, if you must know, tampons, but also my toothbrush, and this little razor, which is called the Venus, oh, it has a name and I can't remember what it is, but it is very small. It's itty bitty, and it is contained in this case that has holes for it to dry and not be a mess. This was amazing because it doesn't take any space at all, and it does the job just fine. And now we're getting down to the not wearable things, but things that are still necessary, for me anyway. The most frivolous, I would say, although that's not how I see it, thing that I brought in this bag that I think most people wouldn't bring, wouldn't need, is a travel tripod. If you've been following me on Instagram, or if you've seen some of my other videos, you'll know that I like to do night photography, and you can't really do that without a tripod. So this little tripod, I love it. I mean, it has problems, it has issues, but that's not for this video. But so this is a little tripod, and in the bag with the tripod is this little GoPro for my GoPro camera. So that's that in this bag. Another photography related item inside my main pack was my camera bag, because I had my day pack with all of my valuables, my computer, my cameras and everything. I didn't have like, I couldn't also carry this full of stuff, so I put everything in that one bag and then decided to put this bag in the bigger bag. This bag is great. I used it pretty much every day, so it was worth the investment in carrying it. Now we're getting to the things that are a little bit hit and miss. and I don't know how I feel about them, but perhaps the biggest thing that I carry and I am on the fence about, it is this pack safe safe bag. It's a travel safe, and it is slash proof, cut proof. This wire is plier proof, comes with a lock, and it's supposed to be great. And I carried it for the whole 6 weeks, and I used it in exactly one place. Everywhere that I went had lockers that either had their own locks or I could use a lock. So I did use the lock that came with the box, with the safe quite a bit, but not the safe. I mean, I guess you don't need it until you do need it, and then you're glad you have it. But once in 6 weeks, I don't know, and it's not cheap. I think it's about $100. So I don't know how I feel about this, but I did bring it, so I'm showing it to you. Okay, and now this item is a little bit crazy, and I understand that people are gonna go like, what? But to me, it makes sense for many reasons. I brought a travel scale, not the kind that you use to weigh your bag, not the kind that you use to weigh your food. This is a scale that you use to weigh yourself. I have been, how do I put this? Trying to shed some weight for a while now, and I've been successful, but I needed to be able to monitor my weight while I was away. 6 weeks is a long time. 6 weeks can set you back in your weight loss journey considerably. And because I wasn't able to properly account for the calories that I was intaking, because I couldn't weigh my food, I was eating strange foods, it was important to me to know how I was doing weight-wise every week, for me to be able to either scale back on the food and find alternatives, or scale up on my activity level. And I have to say that it was a successful trip. I actually lost 5.5 pounds. I was not trying to lose weight while I was traveling. I was trying to not gain weight. So if I had just stayed at the same, I would have been fine. If you want to know anything about not weight loss, because I'm not an expert, but like if you have questions about how I lost the weight while traveling and eating, then I'm happy to answer that, but it's a very simple answer. So I did bring this. I would bring it again. I mean, it is really small. It is the size of a tablet, and it is not that much thicker than a tablet. It weighs virtually nothing. I think it weighs, I don't know, like maybe half a pound or something. Very light. I didn't even know that it was there. So highly recommend if not gaining weight is important to you and you care enough to have a scale. So there you go. We're getting to the last bits here. I had, so this is a shopping bag that folds and gets stuffed into this little bag. I use this a lot, and it's very light too, so I mean it doesn't take any space. I have that in the top of my pack here. And then there's this. This is supposed to be for your phone when you're on the beach so that it doesn't get wet. I did not buy this. My husband did. He gave it to me with the assumption that I would go to the beach a lot because I was in Croatia for 2 weeks. I didn't use it at all, not once. I think this is the only thing in my pack that I didn't use. Actually, no, there's one other thing I didn't use. So would I bring it next time? I would bring it next time if I was going at a time when the water was warmer. The water was very cold still everywhere. And that is everything that I packed in this pack that is not photo or camera related, which is another beast. So clothes, toiletries, things that you need was all in here. So I hope that was helpful. That was, I thought, the right amount of things for 6 weeks for me. It may be different for you, and obviously things will vary depending on the type of activity you want to do. So with that said, this is it for this video, but I know that I still have to do the Q&A one, and I will do that at some point. I am still getting ready to travel. I'm going to the UK in a couple of days, so things may still be not quite as forthcoming as I had originally planned, but I'm still putting up the videos for the trip, the vlogs. You watch those, and yeah, that's all I got for this time. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.